Hey guys, thanks so much for stopping by the channel. In this video, I am going to be featuring yet again the creator mode component transfer glitch. Now, I don't like re-uploading glitches that are old or because I'm running out of ideas. It's nothing like that. It's just I have come across some new information that I think I need to share with you guys, as well as the last video I uploaded on this is a couple of months old now. I get questions every single day if this glitch still works. Why isn't it working for you, and what can you do to make sure it works for you? So I did want to upload this video to be a bit more informative. If what you're doing now is already working for you, you've got the glitch, oh my gosh, you've got the glitch down completely, you don't need to watch this video. If you just want to hear some of the tips and tricks that I'm going to share in this video, or some new information that I received from Unfazed Gaming about how to not have to start fresh on a new character, like you can maybe go offline or swap back to your other character, how to do that to make sure this glitch will work for you, then just stick around. I'll show you that in this video and explain a little bit more how that works. I'll also include that in the description. So, like I said, if you've already done the creator mode component transfer glitch, you don't need any help on that. You know what you're doing, you're comfortable with your method, keep doing it. Screw this video, don't watch it. But I will list the complete text tutorial in the description, including some of the items that are, frequently asked or things like that, as a pinned comment on the video. So what you do need to do or keep in mind when doing this glitch is this only works from your character in slot 2 when you transfer those components over to your character in slot 1. You cannot put components on your character in slot 1 and transfer them over to the character in slot 2 using this method. You also need to keep in mind that you will have to delete your character in slot number 2 in order to do the creator mode component transfer glitch. The other thing to keep in mind is that whatever outfits you currently have saved on your character in slot number 1 will be replaced and deleted by every single slot you have components on or empty on that character in slot number 2 when doing this glitch. You can save your current outfit. So just make sure that when you do leave the character or your online character slot number 1, you have on the outfit that you wanted to save or keep, and then after you do the component transfer glitch, you can save that before checking those outfits or setting them up to merge. So I know that was a lot of information to include if you're new to this glitch within the first couple of minutes, but it's very important to listen to those first 2 minutes of the video. I don't want to hear that I talk too much. I don't want to hear that I'm sharing too much information. Those are important steps to this glitch. You need to listen to them. You need to understand them. And if you don't, listen again. Check the description. It will be typed out if that's something that you need. I try to be very fair when I'm showing or teaching people how to do glitches, as far as giving them the information and typing it out. That way you have two sources of information you can use that are at your disposal, instead of bugging me in my comment section when you did not do your job and watch the video. So the first thing you need to do is when you start up your application, you need to load into story mode. Once you are loaded into story mode, you need to now load into your character that is in slot number 1. This is necessary if you are creating a new character in slot number 2 to add components on, or you are going back to the character that you were putting components on prior, so you got offline or lagged out or something. You must load your character in slot number 1 first before going back to that character in slot number 2. So once you do get online as your character in slot number 1 and you make sure you have your current outfit on, we're going to go back to the choose character screen here. If you did not do it before, you're just going to go into for the first time now, and you are going to either create the opposite sex character in slot number 2, like I'm going to be doing here in the video, or you're just going to be selecting that character in slot number 2 that you have previously started putting components on. Now, you still have to delete your character in slot number 2 when doing this glitch. So if this is your second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth time doing this glitch, you will probably have to recreate or start a new character in slot number 2. If you were one of the people that maybe you couldn't put all your components together at one time, you had started putting them together, you lagged out, you had to get offline, as long as you load that character in slot number 1 first, then you can simply go back in here like I just said, choose that character then in slot number 2 after you already loaded in online as that first one, bring up that character, and then you should be able to continue putting together your outfits and components when you are on this second character. So when you do have that done, you will now load into GTA Online as your character in slot number 2. Sometimes when you load in on your character in slot number 2, you will see that there are no clothing stores visible on your map. And I always check. It's the first thing I do when I load in as that character in slot number 2. If that happens, all you need to do is hit Find New Session. When you load back into another session, you will have access again and be able to see the clothing stores. If you are not in the city like I am here, you may want to open up your interaction menu, go to spawn location and set that to an apartment, a garage, just somewhere closer on the map to an actual clothing store. I got lucky here. I was right down the street from a clothing store. I did not need to do that. But you'll see here now that when I do load back into a new session, the clothing stores will be visible on the map and I will also be able to access them. So I'm not going to show you components in this video. I will show you obviously what I put together at the end, just to give you an example of it actually working and transferring with the names and such. But if you're looking for specific outfits, you're looking for specific components, I have 2 component lists in the description, one for male, one for female. I have playlists for male and for female that feature items that I have uploaded. I will link some male outfit channels as well in the description because I primarily focus on female outfits and female components. And also, if you just literally search female components or male components in the YouTube search bar, you will find tons of videos that will hopefully help you find the types of outfits that you're looking for. Or you can even go to my Instagram or Twitter. I retweet people all the time that tag me in their component outfits or component videos. I also upload tons of outfits and ideas. I've been doing this glitch now for 1.5 years. I have had so many ideas. I have brought forth so many ideas. I've created so many outfits using this glitch. This is my favorite outfit glitch because you can literally put anything crazy together without a mod menu that you may not be able to put together otherwise. So please make sure that you are checking all of those sources that I told you to find components. I will not answer component questions. If it's not on my list or not on my channel or videos, then I don't know it. I think that's common sense, but a lot of people don't understand that. I literally share every component or every merge component or every merge method. I share everything that I know about this glitch with you guys, either on YouTube or on Instagram. Even though I don't really do male outfits, I have shared so many male merge components or methods or just male components in general with people, which literally does not benefit me in any way. I have uploaded like 3 videos with male outfits in them. It doesn't even benefit me and I still share all that information. So I literally share everything I know with you guys. So please do not ask me component questions. I will either ignore you or I'll ask you if it's on my list. If you answer one of 2 ways, it might be you didn't check it, which I'll completely ignore you at that point, or no, it's not on my list. I'm going to tell you then I don't know it. So please do not ask me component questions. It is a waste of my time, and it's also a waste of your time. So once you do have your components put together, I suggest looking at them at the counter of the clothing store, just confirming and reconfirming that you do have all of them correct. And then this next step is very important. You must do this to force a save. This is the best way to do it. Open up your interaction menu, go to inventory, go to ammo, and purchase any ammo, and then kill yourself or choose the easy way out through your interaction menu. This will force a game save. You'll obviously be respawned as the second character, and then you can now go into your online menu, go to creator, and this is where we are going to either load a saved race to complete this, or I'm going to show you how to also create a race if this is something you haven't done yet, to do the glitch. So once you load into creator mode, if you've already got a race saved, you can simply go down to load creation, hit saved race, and load any race. So I've already got 2 saved here, so this is what I normally do. It saves a lot of time. If this is your first time doing this glitch, or maybe you've always just created a race each time, you don't need to do that. Once you create it one time and save it, you'll be fine. So you want to go down to create a land race, and we're going to set up the race now. So under race details, we are going to set a title. We are also going to set a description. We're going to take a photo. We're going to set this to 2 players, and then we're also going to make this a point-to-point race. I'll leave that, like I said, in the description just so you can do that, or you can watch as I'm doing it here. This is the boring part. If you're doing this for the first time and you're creating this race, it seems a little tedious, but once you save it, you'll be able to zoom through this glitch within a couple of minutes. The actual glitch itself, apart from components, takes maybe 2 minutes to do. not including loading screens or components, as I've said. But when you do now go to set the checkpoints, you are going to first place a trigger, capture a lobby camera photo, and then you are going to set up your starting grid. You need to set that close to the trigger, and then you need to set at least 2 checkpoints to make this race 0.62 miles long. I usually set one, usually what I think is about halfway to it, and then another one at the end. So I usually have the beginning checkpoint, another checkpoint, and then the finish line. So once you do have that race created, you first need to test this race. Once you do have all this selected and you go back, you'll have the option to test this race in the creator menu. After testing this race, you need to save the race. Do not publish it, just save the race. When you get the alert or the prompt that pops up that says, do you want to save this race? Okay, this race is saved. You can now go to online, go to choose character, and the next step of this glitch you need to be very careful about. So if you are just someone that already has a race saved or created and you were watching this video to get some more tips and tricks, then after you test that race, again in here you're doing the same thing. You're just going to test race, hit X on the alert that pops up that says you've tested the race, and then you're going to go to choose character. Now when you are on your character selection screen, this is very important. Please be careful at this step. You need to scroll over to your character in slot number 2. You'll know that you're on your character in slot number 2 because it will hold up the sign, and you need to hit to delete that character. Just as another check, Rockstar will ask you to type delete in the alert box that pops up. Please make sure you're only deleting your second character. When you delete this second character, after a couple of seconds, you'll load back into the screen here that has your slot 1 character and then a brand new fresh character in slot number 2. The only thing that you need to do at this point is you need to exit to Grand Theft Auto. If you're doing this on PlayStation, it's just circle. What this is going to do is take you back into story mode. Do not hit over, do not hit up, do not hit down. You're just going to exit back into Grand Theft Auto story mode. So please pay very close attention to that. It will say quitting session at the bottom right hand corner of your screen, and you will now, after a bit of loading screen time, go back into story mode. So this step is pretty simple. Once you're back in story mode, you're just going to now go to online, go to play GTA Online, and just hit go. What happens at this screen, if you pay attention, is the background screen will freeze. It stays frozen for about 10 to 15 seconds, and then it will start to move again and you'll load back into a session. That is a good sign that this glitch has worked for you, or that these components are going to transfer for you. You can go into an invite only or a friend session as well, but I always just go directly into a GTA Online session just in case. Now sometimes when you're doing this glitch, you might get an error that says something like connection to server lost, or Rockstar services unavailable. It'll ask you to either retry or to continue. I suggest when you get this alert, do not hit retry. Hit continue. You'll load back into story mode and then try to go to online and play GTA Online again, and then load back into story mode that way. When I have tried to hit retry for it to load back into online, my components have not transferred. If you're uncomfortable with this glitch, please go back into story mode again. Don't hit retry, hit continue. That's very important. I've maybe had that happen once to me, or twice actually. It happened to me once and it failed, and then when it happened to me again, I hit continue and it loaded me back in story mode, and then I loaded back online with all my components transferred. It did not happen to me here, like I said. It's very rare that that will happen to you. But I had been getting a couple of questions about that as well, so I tried to recreate it. Don't know how I did it, but it did happen. So now when you load back into GTA Online, you will load back in as your character in slot number 1. I usually just open up my interaction menu, go to style, and just kind of scroll over a little bit to make sure the outfit names transferred, and they did. So what I typically do here is I run into the clothing store or my apartment, wherever I loaded at, and I save my current outfit first. If you don't care about your current outfit, you can just hop onto whatever you're about to do here. But once you've got this current outfit saved, you can see those other outfits did transfer over. In this video, which I uploaded the components for just before this one, I was actually working on some merge outfits, so I can't click on any of these outfits, and that's something else you should keep in mind too, that if you're doing a merge components or merge outfits, you will not be able to click on the outfits that have the merge components on it. If you screwed up and you can't click on some of the outfits that you didn't have merge components on, you can check those outfits in Crooked Cop just by putting it on player owned clothing, inviting a friend, and scrolling through those outfits to see what you might have screwed up. Anything that is seasonal, like Christmas, that you don't own, or even that you do own, or anything that's seasonal like Halloween maybe, or Independence Day, or some of the wireframe items, if you do not own or have those items unlocked, you will not be able to wear them. There are also things that are blacklisted in GTA Online. For instance, the actual police belt or the cop belt, the green trash vest, and the green trash shoes. I think the police maybe top or the hat, I can't remember which item on there is actually blacklisted, but there are items that are blacklisted in GTA Online. There are some components available for like the nipples on the female character, but they're blacklisted. What will happen is if you get those and you maybe spawn them in Crooked Cop and then get back online, as soon as you die or switch sessions or switch outfits, you'll just lose it. It'll just delete the entire outfit. So I will never post those items. They're pointless to get. I don't think it's a good idea to share them. They won't be on my list. That's the one exception to the if I know it'll be on my list thing. That's just a stupid component to even try to get. But this has been the completed method with the tip and trick that I called out earlier, with you being able to actually load back in as a character you were previously on to complete your components without starting fresh on a brand new character, as well as just some tips and tricks and some information about components in general, because I've been getting a lot of questions and a lot of grief over why I don't answer component questions. So I'm sorry for that long rant before, but I did want to include that. I thought it was important, and I thought that you guys should know where I come from on that. So thank you guys so much for stopping by the channel. I appreciate you watching this video. If it's the third time now that you've watched me upload this, I just really want to be informative and help people and make sure that everybody has the information that they need. And this is for everyone that keeps telling me that this glitch is patched. It's not patched, guys. I don't do it every day, but I check it or have someone else check it every day, and it's not patched. But thank you guys so much for stopping by the channel. Please make sure you drop a like on the video. Please make sure you subscribe, turn on those notifications, leave me lots of crazy comments. I want to see some funny stuff in the comments today, especially for those of you that aren't even going to watch the video because you don't need it. But I love you guys so much, and I'll see you soon with more glitch videos.